And even at the national level, when I look at the reviews of KCB, how many have they given even at the national level? Like 4 or 5 there at the national level. You're not performing well. We're going to tell our people not, and I say this in Kampala and I'll even tell you here. The only way we can make these banks to wake up is that you don't take the money to them because they do business. It can even be a Sarah.
The uptake of these funds in our region is extremely low. Yet these funds it's an affirmative action for people who cannot afford the traditional loans from the banks. So why are we not uptaking it so much? One, for me, I realized if you read the terms of giving out that loan, there's a saying that the banks should use their policies of giving out loan. The participating financial institutions should use the existing policies within their system to give out the loan. The only difference is the interest rate is low. Yet the conditions of the traditional banks is very hard for our people. And you know, from what I have observed, the traditional banks are promoting their routine loan schemes because the interest rates there are higher, 18 to 20%. These affirmative actions are 10 to 12%. Yet the conditions are the same. So for me, I think the issue there is policy. Government is pushing banks to give out a loan, and yet the conditions are still hard. And these hard conditions, the banks are following the way it is. Because when somebody will now default, you go to court, it is the law against the bank or the borrower. So long as the policies are not adjusted, people will fail to access those funds. It will only be accessed by those who are well off, who have land title, who have good cash flows. For instance, another one was saying that your turnovers will be around 300 million. Do you know 300 million means literally you should sell about 800,000 per day. Now if it is a small business and we are talking of recovery, we are talking of affirmative action, how many of these businesses which gather here are able to sell goods worth 800,000 per day? It is not possible. Most of them are selling 200,000, 300,000. So that threshold alone is prohibitive. Banks are squeezing us so that they sell their loans which have higher interest.
To get a turnover for this business who suffered during the COVID, who most of them for now may not be able to withstand, to get 300 million turnover is very, very difficult. And you know, one of the facts here is once your turnover gets to 300, you should be able to do returns at URSP and URA in all. But most of these people at their capacity, they cannot afford that. That is the reality. My thinking is, let us revisit all these conditions so that each and every one of us benefits out of this money here.
Okay.
If we don't revisit, now we know what it is, we shall act.
Okay.
You know, for us, as Post Bank, we are regulated by Bank of Uganda. The Bank of Uganda gives us directives how we are supposed to. If the government has liaised with the Bank of Uganda to see into it that some of these criteria are revisited such that our people can benefit without any resistance. Because if these criteria are left like this, if they are not revisited sincerely, many of our clients will be left out. Many of our clients will be left out. So through you, I appeal that these criteria must be relaxed a bit, such that our clients can benefit from this two areas of credit facility. That is the SBRF and SCF. So if these conditions are relaxed a bit, definitely these monies will be given out.
KCB Bank Recovery Fund, we have so far given 5. But SCF, we have not yet given, but we are profiling one customer. Probably next week we shall send it for approval.
You said you're happy to disburse this money on government's behalf. And even at the national level, when I look at the reviews of KCB, how many have they given even at the national level? like 4 or 5 there at the national level. You're not performing well. We're going to tell our people not, and I say this in Kampala and I'll even tell you here. The only way we can make these banks to wake up is that you don't take the money to them because they do business. It can even be a Sarah. They need your money so us to do business. So if they don't want to give the money government is giving them to lend out to people, you also shun them, don't put your money with them, give to the bank which is giving out to people. This is simple. And I'm telling this goes to all of you, the banks. Because this is the message we're passing at the national level. Because the same thing is happening with the PDM money. The same thing is happening with agriculture credit facility. You imagine, agriculture credit facility has been here for how many years? 11 years. Ili mudri ngalu, KCB fengalu bank extended the aruwa wadia ba to impini. But I'm not campaigning you, but I'm telling you the truth. I have to tell you, so you tell me your strategies of how you're going to improve your customers' relationship and giving out the money to the people.
Okay, thank you very much. I think KCB Bank has done the truth is less in this SCF and recovery funds, but the bank is doing all its level best to make sure it gives these monies out. We have the money was given to the KCB. Other parts of the country, KCB Bank is giving, like in Western Uganda and in Northern Uganda. But here, I've taken it personally. Honorable, I've taken it personally to make sure we give this money out. We can't sit on this money, they have to go out.